Scott Olson was seriously injured when a police projectile struck him in the head as he peacefully participated in an Occupy Oakland march in California on the 25th of October. He's unwittingly become a symbol of the police repression of the Occupy movement against corporate greed, which began in the US over a month ago. A number of videos filmed moments before Olson was wounded emerged online shortly after the incident. They show the 24-year-old Iraq War veteran wearing his Marine jacket and protesting in the vicinity of a police line. It's not possible to identify the person responsible for his injury from the footage, but activists say it proves he never provoked the police, and it was therefore a completely unjustified attack. Online campaigning for Olson began almost immediately. A Facebook group called We Are All Scott Olson has been set up so that web users can post messages of support for the former Marine, who remains in hospital but whose condition has stabilised. The page has drawn around 9,000 members and is seeking to denounce the police's violent repression of the Occupy Wall Street movement, which began in New York but has since spread to the rest of the country. The site Occupy Together describes itself as a showcase for all the Occupy movements taking place across the US and has called upon demonstrators to organise candlelit vigils for Scott Olson. As we can see in these videos, there's been a great response to this appeal right across the country. Veteran organisations have also been taking action and have organised online appeals to raise money to pay for the young man's medical expenses. The online community has been very moved by this story. A member of informal hacker group Anonymous is even offering a $1,000 reward for any information which could help identify the officer who fired at Scott Olson. In this video message, members of hacker group Anonymous deliver an ultimatum to Mexico's Zetas drug cartel. They say they'll post information online about the police officers, journalists and taxi drivers with links to the cartel if the gang doesn't release one of the group's members by Friday. The member was reportedly kidnapped in Veracruz. This city in southeastern Mexico has been caught up in a wave of deadly violence over the past few weeks. A number of gangs are involved in this merciless war, one of them being the Zetas. They often leave a note at the scene of their crimes, signed with the letter Z. In September, they murdered several web users in Nuevo Laredo in northeastern Mexico to warn people against blogging on the drugs trade. The drug lords have already managed to silence traditional media and are now dealing with bloggers as an increasing number of Mexicans are looking to the web for information on the ongoing violence across the country. And so, with this in mind, members of Anonymous have decided to take action. They started carrying out their threats last week by hacking into the website of the former Tabasco state prosecutor, Gustavo Rosario Torres. They splashed a message across his welcome page accusing him of working for the Zetas. But geopolitical website Strat4 thinks publishing the names of people with links to this drug cartel will only result in more bloodshed. They fear the outed affiliates will become targets for rival gangs, and the Zetas could attack other cyber activists even if they have no ties to Anonymous. Thousands of Tunisian web users have launched an all-out assault on Barack Obama's Facebook page and posted over 150,000 messages. They're hoping to use humour to convey their solidarity with the Occupy movement in the United States, which has been harshly repressed in a number of cities, like here in Oakland, California. The so-called virtual surprise attack pokes fun at the American president, placing him in the position of the dictators caught up in the Arab Spring. The messages have been widely relayed on social networks and incorporate the same slogans used during the revolution, with a few small changes. The name Ben Ali, for example, has been replaced by Obama. There are all sorts of posts and comments which imply the roles have been reversed. Those taking part in the spam attack say it's now Tunisia's turn to show their solidarity with protesters in the United States. Tunisia has just witnessed its first ever free elections, whilst in the US, demonstrators have been hurt in clashes with police. But as Afef Abrugui highlights, Tunisian web users are also using this opportunity to criticize American foreign policy towards the popular uprisings in the Arab world, saying the US waited too long before officially backing them. And the White House is not the only target. Web users have also been bombarding the Facebook pages of French President Nicolas Sarkozy, Italian Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi, and also the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu. The person filming this video was given a huge fright. As we can see here, the man was paragliding over the Indian Himalayas when an eagle swooped by and got caught up in his chute. The long fall to the ground was somewhat slowed down by the paraglider's emergency chute, and all's well that ends well. The man's crazy descent ended when he fell into trees and came out completely unscathed.
Жив, все, орел! Фух, за***ь, фу.